Morning guys, Scott from Sounds Good Stereo. We're gonna take you through today. We got what we're calling Project Big Bird today for no obvious reason. And we're gonna go through, we're gonna show you some of the parts we have available for these Jeeps, speaker adapters front and rear, some of the enclosure options that we have, and then I believe we're gonna do an amp board. So we'll show you how that bracket works and stuff, but take a ride with us, man. Let's get into Project Big Bird. All right guys, we want to check in here on Project Big Bird. So we got a special guest here to help us go over some of the speaker adapters. And who better to help us than Big Bird himself. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how our speaker adapters work here for the Jeeps, and show you kind of how we treat these enclosures and stuff. So what we have here, this is the factory Jeep speaker, as Big Bird will show you, Vanna White style. We got so factory Jeep speaker, it's got the 3 tabs on it. So these adapters that we built for the Jeeps are slightly different than the other adapters that we have available. Application based for the Jeeps, we actually build these out of acrylic. The HDPE, it's not a bad option for these, but the acrylic is just a better solution. So we just don't want it warping as we screw it into the box, only having the 3 tabs to mount it. So this is actually the mid-bass driver for the front. It's all gasket taped in there. Again, they're all painted black acrylic. And then on this side, let's see if I can show you guys. So on this side, when we ship these, we do also ship them with the respective speaker plugs. So it's going to plug right into your driver, and then right inside the cabinet here. Let's see if I can set you guys up and show you here. Get Big Bird off in the cut here. But so these are going to just come, if I don't pull it right off. So they plug right in there, nice tight connection. Then with these as well, you guys can a la carte this when you order these adapters. We do fill these cabinets with black hole stuff. It just helps smooth out the impedance curve and just makes for a little more mid-bass in this. We also, unlike most people, these adapters are built for 5 1/4. Just through some testing and experiencing these vehicles, we've always gotten the best performance doing a slightly smaller speaker in these cabinets. Again, space makes bass, right? So we get a small speaker in a larger cabinet, we're capable of getting just a little more mid-bass response. So, and we like them, they sound musical, they're good, it's a nice application. So this is the completed, once the adapter's installed. There's gasket tape underneath, there's a gasket tape layer sealing the speaker to the adapter. And I mean, these things jam, they sound really, really good. So rear speakers, again, this is very similar. I think the OEM rear speaker is slightly different, but the mounting is the same. So just some different motors on the drivers there. This is one of the rear adapters. So we do actually use a 6.5 up in the sound bar there, but again, these are done out of acrylic, just the same. Again, just having that 3-point mount, we just needed something that wasn't gonna warp in the mounting aspect of it. So we do have plugs for these as well. So we're actually going to get set up in the vehicle, and we're going to kind of show you how these install. Front cabinets, we're not really going to cover the installation. I mean, obviously if you can get them out, they go in just the same way. We really just wanted to touch more on the adapters in this aspect of the video. But so what we're going to do is Big Bird and I are going to go get set up in the Jeep. We're going to get the camera set up, and we'll show you how these rear speakers get installed. This is a little different than a normal speaker adapter. The grill does sit over it, and then the whole thing is going to clamshell up into the bar. So that's just kind of why we wanted to touch on it, but we'll also show you the respective plugs. So you guys stay with us, and Big Bird and I are going to go get set up. All right guys, here we are in the truck. Big Bird and I got all set up. So this is our adapter that we were showing you on the bench here. So we're going to get it connected. So this is the speaker plug that we utilize. Again, it comes with our adapter kits. So we're going to get this connected here. All right, so once those are connected, our adapter is going to lay up over here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but everything, all the holes line up, there's no fiddling or fudging with this. I mean, it's a drop-in, man. So with the coax replacements in here, this is very simplistic. The most difficult part is working overhead. So we're going to go ahead, get this put in. So these are it's just the factory hardware obviously, but it's some T15s. So some Torx. And like I said, just the working overhead is the hardest part of this install here. Just get those lined up there. Sneak behind Big Bird here. Make sure, just want to torque them down. You don't want to over torque them obviously. So there you go. So let's take a look. So yep, they go in just like OEM. Can't really see, but our speaker up in there. Everything's nice and straight. Good to go. So Big Bird approved for Project Big Bird. So let's go ahead and keep going. So we covered the speaker adapters with you guys. We're gonna keep running. We're gonna probably get the front cabinets back installed. Once those are in, we're gonna mess with the amp board. So we're gonna actually build a board that mounts to the bottom of the seat location. Just in a Jeep, we try to keep everything off the floor as best as possible, obviously for just the elements. I mean, you go topless in a Jeep, you get some water, we don't want the amplifier going swimming. So stay with us, we're gonna show you some of that, and probably do a little super fast YouTube mode with the time lapse, and stay with us. All right guys, so what we're gonna do, I lied, we were gonna put the front cabinets in, but what we're gonna do is show you how we modify these tweeter buckets. This is the factory tweeter pod, and obviously our tweeter is a little larger. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's a little larger than what fits. So we're just going to use a pencil Dremel here, and we're going to open these holes up slightly. Get those carefully. We're going to get these Auditor tweeters to snap in. So do a brief little time lapse. I got some safety glasses. Big Bird, my partner here, has got some safety glasses, and let's go ahead and make these fit. All right, guys. So the pencil Dremel was a bust. But we got to doing it. It was just kind of stupid. So we went ahead and we built a template here. This is a ring that fits the Auditor tweeter. What we're going to do is we're going to see if I can get these here. So we're going to get these on here. We're actually going to router these open. It's just going to make for a cleaner hole, and it's not going to look like a beaver chewed it, because I think we're a little better than that. So let me get you guys set up. We're going to open these up, and super fast YouTube mode. All right, so we got one of these opened up. We're gonna go ahead and see. Hopefully it all fits. Should be pretty perfect.
I like that word.
Yeah, nice and snug. Perfect. Kind of see how they go in there. So, and that'll drop right back in. So, awesome. We're gonna go ahead and do the other one, and we'll check back with you guys. All right, guys, we're gonna run back out. We just got that second one done. Let's get you set up here. Oh shit, my boy Big Bird hanging out waiting for us. Let's see what we got here. This guy should drop in just like the other one. Awesome. Yeah, so there we go. Got our tweeter pod, looking good, all nice and flush. So awesome. We're gonna go get these installed in the vehicle. get the passive crossovers hooked up, get the front cabinets back in, and we will check back with you guys here shortly. All right guys, before we get this all put back together, we just kind of see if I can get in here. Let me grab a light. I want to show you. So this is the speaker installed in the cabinet with the adapter. The adapter's all back in. We got our tweeters up here on the dash, so those look really good. Everything's bolted back in. The passive is actually right down here. So get a sneak peek of the other side. Project Big Bird. Uh-oh. Meep, meep. Let's take a look. So here's the cabinet on this side. This one's a little easier to see actually. Let's see if I can. Here we go. So here's the cabinet, the adapter. Kind of see how the driver sits in there. So, yes sir. So we're gonna go ahead and keep moving. We got those in. Oh, I'm sorry. Tweeter on this side. It's kind of a better shot of the tweeter. Gonna go ahead and get moving. We're just put all that back together. Then we're gonna start looking at this amp board, try to get this thing cabled up, and hopefully we should be able to show you some of the amp and stuff. And Sage has been working on the enclosure, so as soon as we get to a point with that, we'll catch you all up there too. So stay tuned. All right guys, we got this thing playing. We just set our amplifier. This Key 500, man, what a cool piece. It's got settings in it, so where when you're setting the gain levels, you can actually do it without any tooling. You just need a couple tracks from Kicker that are available on their website. So you can set all the levels that way. And then it's got that key algorithm is what they call it. So what it'll do is it'll address factory equalization, factory time correction, all that stuff all built in. So if you're dealing with a factory head unit, I mean, this is the piece, man. This is a really, really exciting piece from Kicker. This vehicle specifically had an aftermarket radio in it, so we just ran some low-level signal into it. But we got it all set. I wanted to show you guys real quick. So let's see. So we built a board out of PVC here, and you kind of see the angle on it. This is actually going to mount up into the seat and be a fixed piece, so it's actually off the floor. All of our cabling is dressed here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's all mounted to the board and stuff. This was for some, I guess, some aftermarket lights that the client has installed in here. But let's take you over to the seat and kind of show you how it mounts. Should have tried to get you guys a shot while it was out, but let's see. So we have a hole right here that we utilized on one side, and then the bracket that comes up, we actually have two screws that go through this side and mount right into the side of the PVC. So it'll stay mounted up in the seat area, and again, just keeping it off the floor, which is kind of important in these. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed. I'm gonna get some after shots for you guys. I'll try to get some clips of this for you. But yeah, let's get this in and mounted, and hopefully shortly thereafter, Sage will have a box set up for us, and get to jam in this Jeep. So me and Big Bird be cruising. All right guys, we got this in. Let's show you what Big Bird and I were going for here. Pardon the red lights. It's the client installed those, and so we just hooked them back up. But if you see, so the amplifier is actually sitting up in the seat frame. Let me see if I have, see, maybe we can get a better shot from this side here. Yeah, it's a little bit better here, so let's see. So if we get around that rail, hopefully that's a little better there. You can see, so amplifier's mounted up in the seat rail. So seat moves, no problems. It's all stationary, so the wires are all fixed. Everything's good there. Got a couple things to clean up, but for the most part, the inside of this, other than our enclosure, is all buttoned up. So let's see what we got. Big Bird and I are gonna clean up a little bit, and then see where Sage is at with this enclosure, and we'll be back with you guys here shortly. All right guys, I just wanted to check in with you one last time here. So we did get Project Big Bird wrapped up. Let me go ahead and grab a light. I want to show you guys this enclosure. Come with us here. All right. Enclosure came out really nice. This thing jams. So we did an Audiomobile 10 in here with a passive radiator. So then we did some little accent on the box, but the woofer's actually on top there. Then we have a passive radiator right here. So again, great output, man. These passive radiators give us the opportunity to stay in a small enclosure, but keep some really, really strong output. So it does float on the floor. So again, we didn't take up any major cargo space. I mean, all in all, this is a great package for this thing. So key amp does about 500 watts at 1 ohm, so plenty of power on the package. And again, just really, really cool gig. So clients should be really happy. We're gonna go ahead and close this one up. We appreciate you guys taking the ride with us. Showed you some of the Jeep parts, and until the next, oh, what was that? Oh, Big Bird was just hollering at us. He said, for Project Big Bird, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels and on YouTube here. Drop us a like and subscribe. Yeah, they know Big Bird. We're good. All right, so I'm gonna get him piped down, and we're gonna get on to the next one. But you guys stay with us, and until the next, take it easy.